In this episode of the show, we're going to take a look at an interesting pin and pull concept that Wisconsin had a lot of success with in 2018. It's a subtle kind of variation on a mid-zone. Wisconsin loves their gap schemes, and it's a very interesting way that coaches who teach a lot of gap scheme might be able to run something like this at a spread, whereas you may feel stuck in running more of a zone type scheme if you're a spread team. This is one way Wisconsin still gets their angle drives and their pullers in that type of look. So here they do have a tight end on the boundary, so it's not this look isn't a pure spread look. You're going to see they use a little bit of motion, and they're going to get two pullers from the back side of this run to the front side, spring tailback Jonathan Taylor to the house. First thing I want you to notice is this play is definitely best if you're running it at the one tech. If you feel comfortable maybe checking which side you run it to, that's one way to go about doing it. I will show you how you can run it if you don't get a one tech on the front side, but they definitely like running it towards the one tech so that their guard on the front side can block down. Their tackle is almost making it look like he's going to run an outside zone, but he really wants that defensive end to penetrate and get up the field. If you have a really aggressive front seven that you're playing this week, this is a nice play for you because you can take that defensive end's aggressiveness and use it against them. Okay, and then you're going to see here they're going to pull and fold the center. They're going to block back with the backside guard, and they're going to pull and fold the tackle. First puller has the first backer in the box. Second puller has the second. And you see it sets up a great one-cut run for the tailback. Obviously a pretty special tailback, but he's able to get into the second and third level of the defense there and get downhill. So here you're really going to see it. Okay, the first thing that they really want to do is they're trying to maximize the space for their pullers. So they need a good down block from their boundary guard here, and they need to make sure that they kick out this defensive end. Okay, then you're going to get the center pulling up and through for the first backer, and he's really going to aim front side. Similar to how this defensive end, we wanted to get him up the field. We want him thinking it's outside zone. We want to try and get this linebacker to fill this like it's outside zone and really try and set that edge on the pulling guard. If he tries to play straight up in the hole, then it'll bounce one gap over. Okay, so you see here how they're getting kick out number one, and that puller really creates kick out number two. And this second pulling guard is going to come right off the hip of that guard's down block. And now that's really where the running back's going to make his read. So the running back reads, they've created four gaps with the two pullers. They have three defenders. The running back is reading out which gap is left undefended. So we see here the end takes the C. This linebacker sets the edge on this guard. Now this inside linebacker is working over the top. He can't be right. He sets this edge, and the back gets his outside leg in the ground, gets vertical, takes it from there. They run on the backside here with a tight end who seals the backside end. He does a great job of it, actually. Okay, you could read that backside end. You could try and influence him with a jet sweep. That's another thing you're going to see in a lot of these clips is they did a great job of using their jet sweep game to really create hesitation and movement in the defense. This one almost looks like a wing T counter. So they're going to fake the jet sweep, and now this is just the exact same play. All right, that they get a good positive 7-8 yard run against one of the best fronts in the country. So here again, I wanted this one in there because you can see what you can do with the misdirection. The key is, again, you really need to be solid in your down blocks. This is more of a solution for a team where if you don't run zone, if you're a power counter trap type team and you're looking for another wrinkle, this is a great way to get those down blocks and pullers in your offense. And if you're a zone guy who wants to add some of this power counter, gap scheme principles into your offense, but you're A, running a lot of spread sets, and B, maybe you don't want to have your fullback block on the front side like you would normally on power or whatever. This is the same rules as inside zone. If you think about this, right here, normally we'd have a double team on the front side that would work to this backer. Now we're just going to have a pin and pull that works to that backer. Here we'd have a double team on the back side that works to the second backer. Now we're going to have a pin and pull that works to that backer. And again, the back is able to make one cut, get downhill, do a nice job. Here, this one, they don't block the backside defensive end. Again, you could read them. Okay, that would be my solution in a spread set. You can read them. Here, they kind of influence them with that off mesh. And again, it's a very successful play for them. They take this one down inside the 5. Again, they shift the front. Here they're trying to shift the front away from the back because they had been running this towards the one tech. So you can see Ohio State here. They shift the front thinking that because the back is on this side that they're going to try and run this kind of mid-zone pin pull there. Here they wind up, they shift, and they run it the other way. Again, pretty special back, but you can see the simplicity of getting those down blocks and pullers into the second level, where it's a creative way to kind of create some misdirection, again with the jet sweep, that type of idea. So here, this is a bit of a different look. You see Ohio State's tired of getting this run on them. Okay, so they're now going to walk up with 2-3 techniques, and they're going to play the Mike backer head up on the center. What they're trying to do here is take away that ability to pin and pull. So, can't pin and pull to a guy who's already in the line of scrimmage. So they're just going to look to attack the midline on that mid zone. Okay, and again, trying to reach here at the center, but really these guys don't care whether they reach or they kick out. They're just going to set to that midline, and whichever side he goes, they're going to take him that way. They're going to take this guard and block back on the 3 technique. Okay, and then they're short a guy in the box. So that's where this fold, you can think about this as, here's their 6th. This should be their 7th guy in the box. They're going to fold for the second backer. And if you actually watch, their tight end does a great job here. As we play this through, see how 39 works over the top? 39's on the line of scrimmage. He folds through and takes him, and they leave the widest guy. And again, they get a good solid 6-7 yard positive run out of that play. If we take a look at the most simple basic version first, here we're running it into the boundary out of 1 tech, so we get our front side pin and pull for the first linebacker, our backside pin and pull for the second linebacker. So I drew it up with the linebackers flowing there with those pullers. Could be a great type of concept to run RPO off of. But whereas the back, we're going to show our shoulders to the sideline a little bit to try and get them running. And then with these 2 pullers, we create 4 gaps, and they only have 3 defenders on this side of the down block. So we pin him down with that down block. There's going to be a gap somewhere between that down block and the edge. It's our job to find it, 1 cut, and get vertical. Here I just had the receiver come in like they had the tight end, saw in, and take the end. Going to our next version here, we're going to read the defensive end. So again, we're still going to pull, try and pin and pull the center and tackle. It's the exact same on the front side, except now we're just going to read this backside defensive end. And if he chases, now we can pull it, okay, and we can pull and take our options out here. Whatever concept you tag with it, you could have your receivers just block, whatever you're comfortable with. But now we're going to, again, this is the type of play I like against an aggressive defense. If they get aggressive and this R chases this thing down, we'll be able to pull it and either have the quarterback run and throw the ball to the perimeter. Now, if you're a 2-back team, or I even drew it up with double tight end here, this is another way that you can get to it. Really, when you add the tight end to the front side, that W there, all he's doing is the same job as the tackle. He's looking to threaten the outside shoulder with his first step to that boundary half, and then have a heavy inside hand and take him basically man-to-man If he dives inside, we're going to pin him. If he sets the edge, which he should, then we're going to ride him out. I drew it in here with the little end around motion that we saw in one of their clips from the X. Exact same stuff in the box. We're pinning down the 1, we're pulling 2 around, and we're going to create 4 gaps for 3 defenders. Last one, I drew it up here if we don't run it at the 1 tech. So if we're running it at the 3 tech. So again here, now we're going to try and run that mid-zone track on the 3 tech. So our first step, we're going to threaten his outside shoulder. If he dives inside, great. He just became a 1 tech and we're going to pin him. If he steps to set the edge, we got to run him out. Okay, and then this may hit a little bit tighter if we run it at a 3 tech with that simple fold on the backside. Okay, you could pull this tackle around and through as well. Kind of depends on the angle. I'd be more comfortable in this case just chasing him with the backside tackle there. But you could also, if you wanted to, is almost run this like what we call a counter tray and pull them both and have them lead up and through. Oklahoma's had a lot of success with this as well. It's a really interesting concept.